You know, when you are like, maybe you're like in the mirror, kind of looking at yourself, and you see like a little thing on your shoulder, and you just like freak out. And you think it's a bug, and you're like flail around like it's a spider, you rip your shirt off, whatever, you freak out. And then you look down and you realize it's something like just a little fluff or something like that. I feel like everyone's had that experience. I know I certainly have. It's like you catch something in the corner of your eye and you freak out and you panic and you feel like your whole body goes haywire. And then as soon as you see what it actually is, that it's not a threat, it's not the scary thing you thought it was, you're like, oh, I can calm down. It's totally fine. That was nothing. Whoops. Silly me. I can't believe I thought it was that. Our beliefs are the same way. So when we have limiting beliefs, they pop up and they freak us out. Okay, so they throw us off, they sabotage us, they make us feel insecure and unsafe. And so we respond from that state and we create perpetual problems in our life, and we just perpetuate problems in our life because we keep thinking that that belief is the scary spider that we caught a glimpse of. But actually, if we just stop and we say, wait a minute, I'm feeling this panic, something bad is happening, I'm scared. Wait, let's just look at this. What is this actually? Oh, it's just a little fluff. Oh, it's not real. Oh, it's an experience I had in the past that I'm not living in anymore. It actually is nothing in my present. And I'm imagining it's this big scary thing when it's not. But now that I see it for what it is, I can be like, oh, silly me. Whoops, all this time I thought it was that. I made a big thing about it. I created all these problems, or I, got stuck in these problems. And now I can let it go. So maybe that didn't make perfect sense. Hopefully it made some kind of sense. What I'm trying to say is that your beliefs don't necessarily have the validity that they feel like they do. And they're so subconscious a lot of the time that we don't know what that belief actually is. We're just feeling the feeling of it and responding with that feeling. So when we have to, classic example, write an email and your heart's racing and you feel panicked and you're overwhelmed, deep down, it's this fear of making a mistake, looking foolish, getting in trouble, right? And this deeper fear, even this deeper belief that will lead to rejection, and rejection is so painful, right? And that probably stems from something in childhood. Our fears of rejection are amplified, like the feeling of fear we get from social rejection, or the idea of social rejection, is so amplified because being rejected as a child really was that scary. So just like it's totally valid to be scared of a spider on your shoulder, it isn't valid to be scared of a fluff on your shoulder, or it doesn't, you don't need to freak out that way. It doesn't have any meaning to freak out that way. So when we were children and we were facing potential rejection from a parent or a loved one, and they didn't like what you did and they yelled at you, or they made you feel stupid and you felt like, oh my gosh, they're rejecting me. Well, you need them for your livelihood. So if they're rejecting you, your life is in danger. And then now as an adult, you have to write an email and you still think that program is still running, that if I get this wrong, I might get rejected and cease to exist, right? So not everything necessarily goes back to the fear of death, but it often can. And this goes for so many of our unwanted patterns and habits and perpetual kind of experiences in our lives, is they're coming from a belief that we've forgotten we're believing, but we're having, responses and reactions to life based on that belief. And it's like we're just running from that spider, having that panic. And it doesn't have to be that you're having a feeling of panic. You could be having a feeling of apathy or depression, or just sad or not enough or angry or whatever. but we're having these emotional reactions and responses and automatic actions that we're taking based on beliefs. And once we understand that those beliefs actually don't need to have that response, they're actually just little fluffs, they're not really a spider anymore, you can let them go. But that requires looking at it. Okay, so you just gotta turn around, go inward, look, what is that belief, so I can understand it and see it for the genuinely harmless thing that it is now. Wasn't harmless then. You created the belief for a reason. You wanted to protect yourself, but now it's not doing that. Now it's a little misguided. Now you got to see what's actually going on so you can let it go. That is what we do in hypnotherapy. If you are curious about working with me, you can book a free consultation to chat about my 3-month transformation program. Otherwise, I am wishing you all the best. Take care.